right, here we go. My name is Tim Cornett. I'm a digital inker. I was asked by How to Draw Comics to do a little video on my process and how I do things. So this is it's a Yuan screen. I think it's around 23 inches, and I'm using Photoshop as my software that I'm using, just so you can see what I'm working on. This is the pencils of the amazing Jose Luis. He just does fantastic stuff. He's like a modern day Neil Adams, if you ask me. He's just stuff is just so clean, and the details you can work with are so much fun to ink with. So what I'm doing here now is I got two layers here. I got like a white layer so I can see what I'm looking at afterwards, and then I'm gonna have my actual inking layer. Now I'm not gonna do the whole piece, but I'm probably gonna just work on the helmet just to show you how I do things. I use a custom brush. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger. Maybe Ed will speed it up just to see what's going on. So depending on how long you want this clip to be. So first I'm going to get in there. It's kind of like you're translating it to paper and pen too, but you have to turn it around depending on what your angle is and how if your quill or whatever. But I'll just get right into this, make this a little bit smaller, and we'll start getting into this. Some dramatic music in the background. Now I've listened to a couple of videos with certain inkers or pencilers, and you can be really precise when you want to ink. Or you can try to be a little more organic, right? It's up to you, really. But so long as you try to stay true to the penciler, I think that's the most important thing. So I'm just trying to get some fresh lines in here. Let me go here. Get in there. See, this isn't completely black. I'm translating this part right here. It's kind of like a fade. So what I'll do, I won't do full cross hatches, but I'll do lines like that to kind of simulate. So when you zoom out, it'll actually give the illusion of, I guess, texture and light. Like even here, like just a. And if you want, like, always separate your lines a little bit more, and it actually builds like dimension. So that's kind of interesting too, But these are things that you're just gonna learn through more practice and more practice. So, straight line there, a little bit of shading in there, and then we go up here, and whoop. And then, see, in here it's kind of gray too, so I would just kind of like. And a little bit more in there, even up here. See what I did there? And then this part's all black. And the cool thing about digital too, if I go, oh no, achoo! Now, if that happened in a real life scenario with ink, you'd have to start over, or some crazy whiteout or something. But because of modern technology, I can just do this. Control Z. And then we just start over. It's pretty amazing. Get in there, and then whoop, whoop. And we got some more. And then we got this here. Let's get the mouth in there. Maybe add a little bit of. Here we can have some fun with a little bit darker, a little bit more lines, and then some smaller lines in there. See, the cool thing too with the digital pen, I can go a small line like this, I can go a thick line like that, or a thicker line like that, and then even smaller lines, depending on your pressure sensitivity. That's the kind of one of the benefits of working in a digital format. So, where's my undo? get too. There we go. And then we get in here. Try to get all these little details in. And it's funny too, right? Because you're working at such a close thing. So, you know, like, are those lines straight? Are they going to work? The problem, the cool thing is too, is you're working at like 11 by 17, but they're getting shrunk down. So actually the details are going to get tightened up for sure. Let's see if we can get some of these nice lines in here. Look at that nice cross hatching there. It works. You know, you can have fun with the lines. I mean, and it's also good to study other inkers. You just crack open a comic book and, you know, even with a magnifying glass, meaning depending how good your eyesight is or whatever, but you can take a look and see how those guys manipulate the lines. You know, you look at inkers like Joe Rubinstein or like Klaus Janson or like Scott Williams. You look at their details and what they do and how they do it and how they interpret the pencils. And fortunately enough, now you can probably find an image of the pencil somewhere online, and you can compare the two to study their line weight, their line movement, how they interpreted the pencilers' pencils, and that'll play a big part in it because obviously you're creating this. You know, you're not just tracing over the artist's work; you're enhancing it. You're making it better. So how are you going to? So you have to make these decisions. Like, how am I going to translate their pencils to be amazing? To be an amazing piece when you add the inks finally. See, there's a little bit of shadow in there, so I want to get a little bit of small line weight in there in the teeth, and then you can see what that looks like. You know? Let me go up here. Maybe add a few more. See, when you're cross hatching too, you also want to build it. So you get tighter, looser, space it out, and then you move the cross hatching in. And then right here, it's not completely dark, but you also want to create dimension, you know? And then we go, oops, and then we go here. And I'm going to turn this up a little bit like this. So I want to be able to get my angle right. And here you can see like the lines there. And the cool thing is too, you can hold this down so you guys can see it a little better. There we go. See what this looks like. It's looking pretty sick. So even here we got some shadow. And the cool thing is too, and if you have a really good talented, I mean, it's always great when you have amazing pencils, and then when you apply when you get the inks on there, and then when you have a colorist, it just brings everything together, and you get this wonderful piece. You know what I mean? And it's like this wicked collaboration. I mean, you just take guys like Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Sinclair. I mean, that's the dream team. You know, they just bring their A game to everything they do, and then as a result, the viewers get the best part because they see this amazing piece. Get that all black in there. I could probably fill it in faster, but I got a pretty big brush here, so I can. I mean, obviously, when I get closer to finishing the piece, I'll go back and fine tune and clean it up when I see what the white looks like behind it. It took me a long time to get brush strokes that clean like that. It doesn't happen overnight, folks. And then, whoop. Let me go here. Trippy music, eh? Straighten this out a little bit. And then let's see what we got here. So I don't like this part here. So just go in there and erase it. And then hoop, 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 and hoop. Zoom out a little bit, see what we're looking at, then I'll move this over, and then looks pretty cool, right? But you see, like I was saying before, we'll get some white spots because you kind of miss it. We'll go back in there and we'll clean it up a little bit just to give you like an idea. See all this here, like that. Clean that up in there. I mean, you could even go in. See, I don't like this. Needs to be a little bit more darker. Clean that up there. Oops, knocked it. Clean that up there. You can even go in with some white or an eraser and just add some like a little more highlights like that, you know? Like kind of like that, You know, that's the fun thing about it, you know? Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Hey. There we go. See, I'll probably have to clean this part up here a little bit. That was kind of done fast, but I just go like that and then delete. The magic of technology. So hope this gives you an idea. I mean, I could do the whole thing, but I don't think Ed would like me to do the whole thing right now. It might take forever. But you get an idea, right? So I hope you've enjoyed this little segment. Obviously, if you got questions, you comment below. Send in requests if you want to see me ink something else or there's a piece you want me to see. I'm happy to help out. I'm always available. You can message me anytime on Facebook for some tips or tricks. I like growing our community. I'm there to help because I love it so much, and I want you guys to get as much out of it as possible. My name's Tim Gornett, and I'm a member of the How to Draw Comics for a couple, I think 2 years now. Anyways, it's a great community. It's a great learning tool for beginners, even pros. There's so much you can get out of this particular Facebook page. Thanks again, Ed, for thinking of me. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Da-da-da, Magneto.